What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Fantasy Football Pub Trivia BettorCast, brought to you by Better Sports Network. I'm your host, Simon, joined as always by my co-hosts, Joey Wright and Tim Wright. What's up, boys? You guys doing all right today?
Oh, I get to play some trivia. Oh, my God, I'm excited.
Feel like I'm not even allowed to say the word all right after I introduce both of you guys because it sounds way too repetitive to say Tim Wright, Joey Wright. Are you all right? I need a different adjective. Right. All right. We got some Matthew McConaughey up in here. We also got a little bit of Nintendo and NFL trivia headed your way today. For those of you who have never joined us before for the BettorCast, welcome in. This is a trivia show where you guys are the contestants, along with Joey and Tim, because I wrote the trivia today. All of you are going to be playing live along with us as we read the questions on your phones. I'm going to read them out loud. You're going to answer them on your phone as they pop up. Get them right, you're going to add 10 points. Get them wrong, you're going to subtract 10. We're going to have 3 rounds of 10 questions, all building up to a cumulative score with a final question worth 40 points. Ooh. Whoever's got the most at the end of that is our champion for today. And we got some former champions in the chat already. Our friend Dame down here, I believe won last week, says, why, hello there, gents. What's up, Dame?
Dame, you are going down tonight.
We got Victor in the chat saying happy National Chocolate Pudding and Coconut Day, bro, chachos.
Huh.
Tim, which one are you celebrating?
Probably the chocolate pudding. Coconut kind of is great in theory, but in practicality, it almost never works for me. So,
do you know the number of times I've fallen for the giant coconut on the beach thing? Every time I see it, I'm like, oh, that looks. And then I take 3 sips and I'm like, oh, what's wrong with this water? It tastes slimy. We got Craig in here ready for some trivia with the howdy folks. Howdy. And Albert down here. What's up, Albert? And in the spirit of tonight's theme, saying, did you guys see the Super Mario Oreos that are coming out July 10th?
Super Mario Oreos.
Super Mario. Pretty good.
Mamma mia, they had a double of stuffed.
We got Scampers in here with the beautiful evening FYF fam. What's up, Scampers? And everybody else in here. We're going to get started with trivia ever so shortly. I'm going to tell you how to make sure you're playing along with us if you are not already aware of how to do so. What you're going to do right now is you're going to make sure you have the Better Sports Network app downloaded. It is free to download, free to create an account, and free to play along with us. Once you create that, you're going to see a nice little picture of Joey doing something sexy with Bowser on the screen. You're going to click on Joey. The closer to his nipple, the better your score will be at the end. It's a little superstition that we have here at Front Yard Fantasy. Once you're in there, sit back, relax. The questions will pop up on your screen. You answer them, get them right, get them wrong, and we'll update you on who's winning as we progress throughout the game. One more former winner jumping in here, Ladarius. What's up, Ladarius? Welcome in.
Not just the former winner. He's probably the king of trivia in this format. Just absolute legend.
Not just the former winner, but the winner.
the
winner, Ladarius. Before we get started, we got some people over in the Better Sports chat in that app. Better Boss in here saying, welcome, everyone. And our friend Hoove with the all caps boogers.
That is my favorite Nintendo game. Boogers.
Boogers is a great one.
Yeah.
We got Z2 in here says going to try not to suck tonight. Well, I won't suck tonight because I wrote the questions. So I don't have to just pray that I end up positive. All right. We're going to get into our first question pack here shortly. The first 10 questions are going to be classic FYF trivia, mostly NFL, maybe with some other stuff thrown in there. The second pack is going to be our Nintendo X NFL crossover pack. And the third and final pack will be back to your classic FYF trivia. We'll get into this first question here ever so shortly. And while we're doing that, we got Craig down here saying Tim has won trivia before on the Sporkle app, but you didn't call him a former winner. Curious. Sporkle app is wiped. No memory from there. It's all BettorCast now.
Third on this one, and I'm incredibly proud of that.
Tim, you should be. Well, guys, here is your first question of the night. Andy Dalton has played 12 seasons in the NFL. Joe Flacco, 15. Patrick Mahomes, 6. Which of the three is closest to the 250 career passing touchdown milestone with 244? Is it A, Andy Dalton, B, Joe Flacco, or C, Patrick Mahomes?
Oh, God.
It's a tricky one.
Kind of a math question.
Kind of a math question. Sorry, did I promise no math?
Let's see here.
Oh, I have Patrick Mahomes twice, and one is worth 25 points.
Whoa.
That's not how it is on mine.
Who's closer?
Tim, why do you have an extra option?
I don't have an extra Mahomes. Man.
Someone's rigging. Tim made friends on the back end of this.
Yeah, maybe.
Or
I'm just going to lose so fast.
Oh, man. I hope I got this one right.
All right. Well, guys, the correct answer to this question was C, Patrick Mahomes with 244 passing touchdowns. He is the closest of those three to that milestone.
Oh, man. I said Andy Dalton. All those AJ Green seasons.
I forget.
Out of my memory.
Forget which one was closer, Andy Dalton or Aaron Rodgers. But oh, here it is. I got it pulled up now. Aaron Rodgers. Oh wait, that wasn't one of the options, was it? Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton had 240. Oh, the answer was actually Andy Dalton, and I was 100% incorrect there. We're going to have to add 10 points or 20 points to everybody's score who got that wrong. It is not Patrick Mahomes. The correct answer is Andy Dalton with 244. I'm blaming that on Jay, even though it wasn't his fault. We're going to move on to our next question.
That's what I like to do.
Our next question number 2, off to a hot start with the first one being wrong. The Jets had a duo of rookies bring home both the offensive and defensive Rookie of the Year awards. Which team was the last to accomplish this feat back in 2017? A, the New Orleans Saints. B, the Carolina Panthers. C, the Cincinnati Bengals. Or D, the Minnesota Vikings?
How long ago was 2017?
That would have been 5 or 6 years ago, Tim.
Okay, gosh.
Depending on what year you're living in right now.
Oh, man.
So again, that's the Jets had a duo of rookies bring home both offensive and defensive Rookie of the Year this year with Garrett Wilson and Sauce and Gardner doing it. The last time a team did this was in 2017, so not that long ago. Which one of these teams was it?
I feel like it was here.
Man.
I can't remember when this guy was drafted.
Well, guys, the correct answer to this question is A, the New Orleans Saints. The New Orleans Saints. Marshawn Lattimore was the defensive player, and I believe Michael Thomas was the offense. Or Kamara. It was Kamara. You're 100% right. It was Alvin Kamara and Marshawn Lattimore in the same year in 2017 accomplishing that feat. Nice job to everybody who got that one correct. Congratulations, my friends.
I was between them and the Panthers.
I went Panthers. I wasn't sure when McCaffrey got drafted.
Which one did you go with, Joey?
I went with the Saints.
So what are you guys sitting at score-wise so far?
Well, once it gets a score correction, I'll be at 20.
Yeah.
Sitting at a solid 0?
Yeah, I'm definitely at positive for sure.
Tim, definitely at positive. Guys, let us know your scores in the chat as we're coming up, and we'll shout you out. All right, you guys ready for your next question?
Oh.
Yeah. Question number 3. In the 2023 NFL Draft, 3 of the top 5 picks were offensive players, all of them quarterbacks. In 2022, how many of the top 5 picks were offensive players? A, 0, B, 1, C, 3, or D, 4? So this past year, there were 3 offensive players drafted in the top 5. In 2022, how many of the top 5 players drafted were offensive players? And that is offensive, not offensive.
There are many offensive players. Okay.
I'm not going to comment on the offensiveness of the players that were drafted there.
My brain just turns to mush. What the heck?
I know.
It's when the spotlight starts shining.
Did 2022 happen?
I know.
Doesn't it feel like the last 3 to 4 years all kind of just blended together into a single NFL season that the Chiefs won and the Eagles came in second? Like the past 3 years have just been one season led by the Chiefs. All right, guys, start getting your answers in. Get your answers in. The correct answer to this question was A, 0. There were 0 offensive players drafted in the top 5 picks of last year's NFL draft. It was an all defensive top 5 in 2022.
Oh, is that like Hutchinson and like Thibodeau and
Walker?
Yeah, it was the Walker number 1 overall year.
Yeah. Oops.
Did Jacksonville make the right decision?
I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out. Also, I see Better Boss in the chat with a bunch of asterisks in there already next to this game. Hey, okay, sometimes records have an asterisk, man, and we just roll with it.
Yeah.
We just roll with it. All right, the next question coming your way.
Okay.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers limped into winning the NFC South with an 8-9 record. The other 3 teams in the division all finished with the same record. How many wins did the Panthers, Saints, and Falcons all have last season? 3, 5, 6, or 7? Also, Hoove letting us know he's coming in with a hot 0 points.
Good job, Hoove.
You're doing better than me.
I knew you could do it.
Also, Craig in the chat coming in saying it was dumb at the time and still dumb now to take Walker. So he's adamantly on the they made the wrong choice side.
I'm just trying to remember if the Bucs had it locked up with the final week to go. I don't think
So the other 3 teams all won the same amount of games. How many games did they freaking win, man?
They're right over there. How do I not know this?
I'll tell you what, someone's going to win more.
Just over there.
I think someone's going to have a winning record in the NFC South this year.
Let's hope so. All right. Well, the correct answer to this one is 7. All of these teams had 7 wins, tying record-wise for second in the division, but it did not end up playing out that way because, tiebreakers and stuff. But the Buccaneers won it. Joey, are the Bucs taking down the division this year?
Hell no. What are you talking about?
Tim, is it the Falcons?
No. It could be the Falcons, dude.
It could be the Falcons. It could be the Falcons. All right, well, guys, we're moving on to question number 5 of the first round here. Speaking of tiebreakers, 2 teams in the same division have the same record at the end of the regular season. What is the first tiebreaker used to determine division champion? Is it A, in-division record, B, record in common games, C, head-to-head record, or D, in-conference record?
That's a spicy question.
So we just talked about a division with lots of ties. Now we're talking about how they break those ties. Is it in-division record, record in common games, head-to-head record, or in-conference record?
I feel like I got this one right. It's like almost like too easy, though, so maybe I got it wrong.
I think I just got it wrong. I skipped to that part.
You guys should see me during the SAT.
I did pretty good on the SAT.
Did you?
Yeah.
I got my cats at my SAT in the building, licking themselves in the room I was taking the test. Really distracting.
I would have got a 0 on that.
Here,
watching them kitty cats.
Here, kitty. All right, well, guys, the correct answer to this question, the tiebreaker that is used first is head-to-head record. If you said head-to-head record, you are going to be correct. After that, I believe it comes down to
division.
The rest of them are all tiebreakers. It just goes further down the list. But head-to-head is going to be first. So they'll look at the 2 games played, and if they're 1-1, they'll go to the next one. Otherwise, they'll give it to the team that was 2-0 during the season.
See, I said division record, but yeah, head-to-head makes a lot more sense.
I don't like the term head-to-head.
It reminds me of high school.
It's just like, what sport is that anyways? Like, it's to like do a face-off.
I mean, football where you smash your helmets into each other.
Okay, that's a pretty good example that I didn't think of. All right. Well, the next question about football on this football show is the last undefeated team has not won the Super Bowl since the 2006 season. Which team defeated the Bears that year after starting the year 9-0?
Wait, what?
So this is the last undefeated team. So the last team left undefeated every season has not won the Super Bowl since 2006.
Okay.
Which team did that in 2006? Which team was the last standing undefeated team to win the Super Bowl in 2006 by defeating the Bears?
Oh, so you're saying who played the Bears in the Super Bowl?
Who played the Bears in the Super Bowl in 2006? Little fun fact that probably won't give it away. The first loss for this team was to the Dallas Cowboys.
That doesn't help.
Season. Not at all. I figured it wouldn't help at all. Also, Mr.
What year was it? 2006?
2006.
Ah!
Also, Dame said, Tim is my fave FYF. Tied with all the others, but still her favorite.
Well, Mr.
Tied with
Scampers
Tim.
is my favorite person ever. So,
well, guys, the correct answer to this question was the B Indianapolis Colts.
Yes!
If you said Indianapolis Colts, you are going to be correct. They defeated the Bears in 2006 to bring home the Super Bowl after starting the season 9-0.
That felt right because of Peyton.
No other team since 2006 has been the last undefeated team and then managed to close it out. Just a bunch of disappointing seasons. There's been more that have missed the playoffs than have won the Super Bowl.
It's my favorite thing watching that last team go down. And then all Dolphins fans celebrate. It's a blast.
Woo-hoo! It is like National Dolphins Day whenever it happens.
Don't they all get together, the surviving members of the 72 Dolphins, and like watch the games or something once there's one team left?
I'm sure they do. Sounds like lovely.
Also, we got Nate Markham in the better chat getting that one right with Colts.
What's up, buddy?
Nice job. And I'll see you on Thursday on the Fantasy Football Game Show, Nate. No, I won't. I'll be gone. But Joey and JL will see you on Thursday.
Ooh, I'm hosting Fortune. I got some good puzzles for you, Nate.
All right. Well, here's your next question. What is New Orleans Saints QB Derek Carr's Twitter handle? Is it at Derek Carr TE? Is it at Derek Carr QB? Is it at Derek Carr WR? Or is it at Derek Carr WOW? What is Derek Carr's Twitter handle?
I'm surprised
Derek
he doesn't
Carr like World of Warcraft.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does he have like a Zoomies company account or something like that?
Oh man, Simon, you're tricky.
You guys, it's honestly rude that you don't know his Twitter handle off the top of your head.
I answered one of them. I'm not happy about it though.
Well, one of them's right. I can tell you that. So you're off to a good start at least.
One. I know, but I don't really. Yeah.
Also, Dame said I did not understand that last question. That is my bad. It originally had a lot more words, and then I couldn't fit them, so I had to delete some.
Maybe Tim would have explained it, and then maybe Dame would have liked it and understood it.
Probably.
Apparently, one of her least favorite people at FYF read the question, so maybe that's why she didn't understand it.
Well, I wasn't going to help because I'm at -20.
The correct answer to this question, maybe the dumbest question I've ever written. It is at Derek Carr QB. Derek Carr's If you said Derek Carr QB, you did not fall for the dumbest trap I have ever laid in a trivia game. It is at Derek Carr QB.
I was trying to think if the two letters was like a hint to like his college or something. And like, I was like, okay, no, he went to Fresno State. Was it Fresno State?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, well, that's not FS. So he's not a free safety either. So
yeah, you're right. None of those letters were FS.
That was my thought process.
All right. Well, guys, we're going to move on to question number 8 of the first round here. Kirk Cousins has won a game against 30 of the 32 NFL franchises throughout his NFL career. He has yet to defeat the Kansas City Chiefs and which other NFL team?
Oh, God.
A, the Minnesota Vikings. B, the Washington Commanders. C, the Cincinnati Bengals. Or D, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I hate this.
So again, that is Kirk Cousins has won a game against 30 of the 32 NFL teams. He hasn't beaten the Chiefs and what other team? Vikings, Commanders, Bengals, or Steelers? I got an audible groan from both of you as this question got read.
No, because I feel like it's between one of the two. But you've given us 4 answers, so.
Yeah, I'd argue it's one of the 4. Tim, based on your phone, it might be one of the 5.
Yeah, that was pretty surprising. I tried clicking that one a bunch, and it was wrong anyway, but I really wanted to see if I could go negative 25 out.
No, I feel like... Oh, Simon, I hate you.
All right. Well, the correct answer to this question is not either of his former teams. He's beaten both of them. It is the Cincinnati Bengals is the only other team besides the Kansas City Chiefs that Kirk Cousins has never beaten. He has, in fact, beaten the Minnesota Vikings and beaten the Washington Commanders. Well, not the Commanders, but the Washington football team. That was
He never beat the Commanders.
He still beat the Commanders. They just were the Commanders in waiting.
No, that's what the question said.
If you said Cincinnati Bengals, that is going to give you 10 points. If you said Commanders,
good job.
Too bad. Sucks. Technicalities still count against you. All right, question number 9. Here we go. 50th highest scoring PPR wide receiver last year was Richie James Jr., scoring 132.5 PPR fantasy points. How many tight ends finished with more PPR fantasy points than Richie James Jr.? Was it 5, 10, 15, or 20? How many tight ends finished with more PPR points than the 50th highest scoring PPR wide receiver, which just so happened to be our friend Better Boss's favorite player, Richie James Jr.
How many fantasy? Can you tell me? Okay, it says it in the question. Don't worry, guys. I got this.
You learned how to read? Just numbers?
Yeah, just numbers.
Just numbers. That's a good place to start.
At what point does that turn into counting? Are you
reading numbers?
Oh God, I don't want to think about that right now.
Yeah.
I guess reading. Go ahead, Joey. This is more important.
No, it's not.
Tim and I were debating at what point reading numbers becomes counting. So I bet whatever you were going to say probably trumps that. Let's see, well, guys, the correct answer to this question was 15. 15 tight ends scored more PPR fantasy points than the 50th highest scoring PPR wide receiver. So maybe more than I thought, but still it highlights just how few truly fantasy relevant or difference-making fantasy tight ends there are in this game.
This trivia highlights how I should just be talking about movies and not football.
All right. Well, I see Better Boss in the chat said -60, and Mr. Scamper said, Simon, you poopy. Mm-hmm. Also, Better Boss on the Commanders, the Kirk Cousins one said, so dumb, I got it right. I think forgot that he played for Washington and Minnesota. Might have done it. All right. Well, we're going to move on to the last question of the first round here. Question 10. Then we'll do a check-in on the scores.
No,
here it is. Which newly hired head coach won AP Assistant Coach of the Year last NFL season? Was it A, Shane Steichen, B, Jonathan Gannon, C, Kellen Moore, or D, D'Amico Ryans? So one of these newly hired head coaches or a newly hired head coach won AP Assistant Coach of the Year last NFL season.
Oh, I mean, I feel like it's got to be the one.
What's it going to be, Joey?
There it is. I feel like it's a guy that I've been talking a lot about because he did stuff.
Tim, you think it's a guy who did stuff?
No, I think this one did things. So that's, I can't help it.
The classic battle of stuff versus things. It's been raging for centuries. I tend to find myself on the third miscellany side. It's tend to be where I align, but we always just get lumped in with the things crowd. They just think miscellany fits with things, and it's a little frustrating. Well, guys, the coach that did stuff and things and won AP Assistant Coach of the Year last NFL season was D'Amico Ryans. D'Amico Ryans is the correct answer. And if you looked at Joey's mouth and had the volume off, I just want to let everyone know the answer was not Shane Steichen. It was D'Amico Ryans.
I like Shane Steichen.
I know you like Shane Steichen, and it wasn't Jonathan Gannon either. Woo, woo, woo. You're fast.
Oh boy, this is a rough outing.
Rough outing. Okay.
Yeah.
And I see Mr. Scambers, and they're saying Kellen Moore isn't a head coach. Yeah. So I'm glad you didn't pick him. Because then he didn't meet the criteria on that question.
That would have been a good thing to think of when I answered.
So technically, I'm at 0 if we're able to retroactive some points back to me for.
We're gonna retroactive it in our heads. The text solution. So just add 20 to your score if you answered Andy Dalton for the first one.
I did.
Tim, what are you sitting at?
Clean -40.
Nice. We got Z2 in the chat, says 30 points should be on 40 on a technicality. Actually, I think it should be 50 because it's a net 20 points, -10 instead of +10. So Z2 will call you at 50. Ganondorf says I am at 90. So Ganondorf, we got at 90. Z2 at 50. Joey at 20. Is that what we said?
No, I'm at 0.
Joey at 0 and Tim at
-40.
-40.
With no plus 20 coming.
Ganondorf just
I know.
Showing up on Nintendo Day ready to run shit. Well, we're getting into the Nintendo pack here now, Ganondorf. We'll see if your namesake comes in handy as we hit these questions. You guys ready for question 1?
Man, let's go.
I hope so.
Okay. Nintendo announced the remake of Super Mario RPG for the Switch. Which NFL team played their first season in the NFL in 1996, the same year the original game was released? Was it A, the Carolina Panthers, B, the Indianapolis Colts, C, the Baltimore Ravens, or D, the Cleveland Browns? So back in 1996, when this cult classic game, Super Mario RPG, was released, an NFL team got their start. Their first NFL game was played that season. Who was it? Big year.
I think it's pretty funny that there have been 10 questions and I'm 110 points away from the top.
The power of minus. Negative points does it. Also, Dame says I'm at 0 plus an Andy D. Gross.
No.
20. And Andy D is worth 20 points in today's game. All right. Well, guys, the correct answer to this question is the Baltimore Ravens. That was the first year they left Cleveland and played in Baltimore, and also the year of the first Super Mario RPG game being released. Joey, did you play the original Super Mario RPG?
Not until later in life.
I've never played it, but I'm excited to play the new one. Tim, did you play it?
Oh,
I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, it's the remaster looks really good. It looks like Link's Awakening, which I love that game for the Switch. So I put both in the little Amazon cart the other night.
We've been playing Super Mario 3D World recently. Joey, you told me to get it, and it's been phenomenal. It's getting me excited. Playing that with the announcement of the new games just getting me double excited.
Was it another one called Moonlight? Is it Super Mario Moon something?
Bless you. All right. Well, we're going to move on to question number 2 here. Here's question number 2. If the following Pikmin from the Pikmin series of games attended the NFL Combine, which Pikmin type would have the fastest 40-yard dash time? Would it be A, the red Pikmin, B, the white Pikmin, C, the ice Pikmin, or D, the rock Pikmin? So if there was an NFL Combine for the Pikmin from the Pikmin franchise of games, which Pikmin would run the fastest 40-yard dash time? Red, white, ice, or rock?
I did chores for weeks to buy myself my first GameCube, and the first game that I rented from Blockbuster for like $2 was Pikmin, and I couldn't get past the first level. I hate this game.
Tim, I have a very similar Pikmin experience where I was like, oh, this looks so cool. Look at these little aliens. And I got in there and I was like, what the hell do I do? Maybe I should try again as an adult, but I think I'm just bitter towards Pikmin.
No chance.
There's other games I like. Joey, you ever played the Pikmin games?
I have no idea what a Pikmin is, but I know that I don't want to sound bad, but I know not to pick the white ones because I don't feel like white would be fast. And then rock seems like it'd be slow.
Well,
ice though, that moves kind of fast. I don't know.
The correct answer, the fastest of the Pikmins is the white Pikmin.
Damn it,
the white Pikmin is the fastest Pikmin. The yellow Pikmin is the fastest digging Pikmin. If you need a Pikmin that can dig, but they're not digging at the NFL Combine. They're just running in a straight line. Huh. So if you said white, you're going to be correct on that one. Nice job, everybody. Scampers down there said, I was gifted the strategy guide, but never got to play it.
Not missing much.
Did you read the strategy guide without having the game?
Man, one of these days.
What's your favorite book? Oh, the Pikmin 3 strategy guide.
Did you know the white one's the fastest in a 4-yard dash?
All right, guys. Well, we are going to move on to the next question.
Okay.
Much like Mason Rudolph claiming he can throw a football, what was Mario unable to throw in the original Super Mario Bros. Game despite the manual claiming he could do so? A, the POW block. B, Luigi. C, a Goomba. Or D, a shell?
I would have laughed a lot if D was actually it back.
Oh, Simon.
Mario can throw it back.
No.
Mario can definitely throw it back. So what did the original manual, speaking of manuals for game Scampers, great segue. What did the manual for the Super Mario Bros. Game say Mario could throw, but he could not?
How do you throw a Goomba?
I'm just like channeling like my 5-year-old memory of like reading that manual, like in car rides.
Do you have any like angry moments in the memory where you were trying to do something it said you could do and it wouldn't let you? Channel inner Joey, angry little Joey. All right. Well, the correct answer, what it said in the manual you could throw, but you could not in the game, despite being able to do so in later games, was the POW block. In the original Super Mario Bros. Game, you could not pick up and toss the POW block, despite the manual saying you could do so. If you said POW block, you were going to get that one correct. Nice job to everyone who got that. And sorry for anybody that did not.
I picked Luigi. I just wanted to throw him in the hole.
What's my Nintendo? My mom had a Wheel of Fortune game, and I was never allowed to play it, which probably makes sense that I'm working for FYF now, where I get to play Wheel of Fortune once a week. True story. I was not allowed to play her Wheel of Fortune NES game.
How come? You're gonna mess up her save file?
I don't know. She was like, "You're not allowed to play this game," and I'm like,
maybe it was a jailbroken Wheel of Fortune NES game that had like dirty puzzles, and Pat Sajak would say like naughty things to your mom through the Super Nintendo.
There's probably like cocaine in the cartridge, and I just never knew.
That's another option. Cocaine, jailbroken adult version of Wheel of Fortune starring Pat Sajak. All right.
I found cocaine later in life. Go. Next question.
Guys, here's your next question. One of my favorite Nintendo franchises. This one is about Pokemon. Jamal Williams is known for his nerdy tendencies, including his love for Pokemon. Which Pokemon that can evolve into 8 different Pokemon appears on the hat he often wears? Is it A, Rattata, B, Eevee, C, Smeargle, or D, Ditto?
You made all those names up.
I'm going to get one, finally.
Tim, text me what it is.
Heck no, I'm at -70. I need all the edge I can get.
Joey, play a Pokemon game.
I played the Pokemon game, the one where you go to the cemeteries and you collect them.
Oh, that Pokemon one? Go?
Yeah. And then they're like, get out of this. This is a cemetery. It's supposed to be respectful. And I was like, I just got a Charmander.
A Charmander.
Is that what it's called?
Nailed it. Yeah. Absolutely nailed it. Also, it was really funny whenever the like week after Pokemon Go launched was one of those weird cultural moments where it felt like a Black Mirror episode where you looked around and everyone was just doing the same thing. All right. Well, guys, the answer to this question was Eevee. Eevee can evolve into 8 different Pokemon depending on the stone or evolution conditions with which you make it evolve. And Jamal Williams loves his Eevee hat. He even brought it to his opening day press conference with the Saints, and he's worn it in the locker room multiple times as well.
Charmander's the guy that does the morning radio show.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking.
Isn't that who that
Charmander?
is?
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Craig said, finally, I got one. Nice job, Craig.
Yeah, Craig, we're doing it.
Tim, you get that one?
Yeah. Heck yeah. -60. We're on the up and up.
Hell yeah. You got plenty of time, Tim. And here's question number 5. Dak is short for Dakota Rain Prescott. TJ is short for Thomas James Hawkinson. What is Yoshi short for? Theropoda Yoshisaur Munchakoopas, Sauropoda Yoshirex Smackakoopas, Theropoda Yoshidactyl Lickakoopas, or Sauropoda Yoshiteryx Slurpakoopas?
Ooh, I hate that one.
Again, those options were Theropoda Yoshisaur Munchakoopas, Sauropoda Yoshirex Smackakoopas, Theropoda Yoshidactyl Lickakoopas, or Sauropoda Yoshiteryx Slurpakoopas. This is his official name. It's funny leaving finally one I know up on the screen as I read those names out loud. Craig's like, yes.
Did you come up with those other ones?
I did come up with the
That's
three fake
really
ones.
impressive.
You just look up similar root words and start messing around. Okay. Well, guys, the correct answer to this question is A, Theropoda Yoshisaur Munchakoopas. If you said Mr. Munchakoopas was the correct answer, then you are correct.
Oh, it was Slurp because he.
I thought he did a little more of a blem, so I went Lickakoopa.
Maybe I should have said Blemakoopa.
Blemakoopa.
Let's see if anyone in the chat saying I got that one right. Mr. Scamper said back up to 0 with Andy's D. Nice job, Mr. Scamper's back up to 0 with Andy's D. First person to say that. All right. Well, Tim, are you ready for the next question?
Yeah, it can only get a little bit worse at this point, relatively so.
Joey, are you ready for the next question?
Yeah, I want to get to the NFL ones after this.
Okay, well, here's my question for you.
Okay.
What is the name of the raccoon that loads you with debt in the Animal Crossing games? He shares his first name with the all-time postseason passing touchdowns leader. Is it Joe Nook, John Nook, Dan Nook, or Tom Nook?
Oh, I've actually seen this then.
I feel like I know this. I've played Animal Crossing with my oldest daughter.
Also, another fun fact, only in the American games or the Western games is he called a raccoon. He's a tanuki in the Japanese original games. They just call him a raccoon in the Western ones. I almost said his name out loud. That would have been 2 weeks in a row where I hosted and gave away an answer.
And I just clicked my answer too.
This has to be. Yeah, I feel really confident in this one.
There's a little football trivia in there for you.
Yeah.
Joey?
Mm-hmm. I think I actually knew this one without the other part.
He is not. My least favorite character in these games is that damn little reset mole, Resetti. If you've ever played these games, if you reset the game without saving, he pops up and just yells at you. It's unskippable. And every time you do that, it's longer and longer and longer and longer to try to prevent you from doing that without saving.
I don't like the owl in the museum.
Oh, he's pompous. Blathers.
Oh my God.
Freaking Blathers. Man. All right. Well, the correct answer to this question, the name of the raccoon that straddles you with debt. Sharing his name with Mr. Brady, number 12. This is Tom Nook. Tom Nook is the correct answer in that one. And his little nephews come help run the family exploitation business in the most recent Switch games.
Love it.
Ganondorf in the BettorCast chat. The answer is always Bono.
The answer is always Bono.
Oh God.
What did I don't even remember what I said Bono to.
It was the who sang the halftime.
Played the guitar.
Yeah.
Obviously Bono. All right, guys. Well, here's your next question. Kirby doesn't let his small stature of 8 inches tall stop him. Which small, 5'9" or shorter, wide receiver had the most receiving yards last season with 709? Is it A, Richie James Jr., B, Khalif Raymond, C, DeAndre Carter, or D, Marquise Brown? So I am looking for the 5'9" and under receiving yardage leader from last season. I will say all of these players are 5'9" or under. So you don't have to worry about that trick being in here. It's just which one had the most receiving yards.
Shaquille O'Neal.
It's like DK Metcalf. God.
Victor said he'd buy the Charlamander car freshener.
Huh. What does a Charlamander look like?
Char's like ash smell, and then the man is like mango.
Or lemon.
Yeah, that's what we're going with.
Char lemon. Lavender is like lemon and lavender mixed together. It's charred lamender.
Oh, of course.
It sounds delicious.
I'm really looking forward. Good.
Victor's just inventing sense in the chat. Well, the correct answer to this question is Marquise Brown. Marquise Brown was your receiving yardage leader of all players 5'9" or shorter during the 2022 NFL season. Feeling good, Joey? Is that 2 in a row?
Yeah.
That's 3 in a row, isn't it? No, 2. Sorry.
No, wait. It's just 2, yeah.
3 out of 4, though, if you count the Evie one before that.
Negative 10, guys.
Nice.
Don't call it a comeback, baby.
I've been here before. Also,
Scampers in the chat said never Rondale Moore. Except that time. And Better Boss said Khalif Raymond and Richie James in the same show. My guys. It's for you, Matt. All right. Well, here is your next question. Question number 8. The 1989 Nintendo Entertainment System game, NFL, couldn't use player names due to the NFLPA already giving the license to which game? Joe Montana Football, Tecmo Bowl, TV Sports, Football, or D, Cyberball?
TV Sports Football. I love it.
TV Sports Football, just so you guys know. That was the official name of that game.
I feel really confident in this one, too.
Confident. All right. Well, the question should be on your screen. You guys got about 25 seconds to get your answers in, and then I'll reveal the answer to you. That's all I'll be revealing today.
I played a lot of one of these games as a kid. A lot of it.
TV Sports Football?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Tim, you're more of a TV Sports hockey guy, right?
Yeah. They had some pretty cool graphics in that where they just like, you see teeth flying at you, but it's like in 8-bit. It's pretty sick.
The teeth are as big as the head.
Yeah.
All right, well, guys, the correct answer to this question was the ever popular B, Tecmo Bowl. Tecmo Bowl is the correct answer to this question. Joey, is that incorrect?
I think that's incorrect. I do not.
We can fact check it, but I know Tecmo Bowl got the license from the NFL.
I think I'm thinking of the first Tecmo Bowl, and man, I guess Bo.
You could play as Bo Jackson, yeah. And you just run up and down. Nobody can stop you.
It was a cheat code. Like, yeah.
I almost asked a question about who was considered a cheat code in the first Tecmo Bowl, but it wasn't just Nintendo, so we rolled around with it. All right. Question number 9 after that one. Let us know your scores in the chat when you have a chance. There are 5 teams in the NFL whose mascots would likely be classified as flying type Pokemon. What was the original name for the flying type, changed early in development? Was it A, bird Pokemon, B, winged Pokemon, C, avian Pokemon, or D, sky Pokemon?
Oh,
shoot.
So for those of you that are unfamiliar, all Pokemon are categorized into types like fire, water, grass. Flying is one of those types, but in the original development, it had a different name before being changed. Early on in development, what was that name?
Has there been like a Romeo and Juliet style Pokemon game where like a grass Pokemon and a fire Pokemon fall in love and their families are like, no, you can't be together Pokemons? Because there should be.
There is a grass Pokemon and a fire. There is a grass fire dual type Pokemon that has one head that shoots fire and one head that shoots grass.
I hate when you make shit up on this show.
It's true. It comes out of a little egg. Its legs stick out of the bottom.
No, it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
No, it doesn't.
And his name is Womblebob. Yeah, that part I made up 100%. Yeah, that part's where I lost. Yeah. JL in the chat says, "What's up, boys? What's up, JL?" And Strong Style Ninja said,
"We're learning about Pokemon."
Said, "Bases loaded, baby."
Yeah, bases loaded.
Let's do it.
I know what he's talking about.
All right. Well, the correct answer to this question is A, bird Pokemon. Bird Pokemon is the correct answer. They changed it to flying because there were things that weren't birds that fell into the flying category.
I really hate this new feature in the BettorCast app where you can bet real money. I've lost $700. This is awful, Matt. We got to do something about this.
Weird. It's my Venmo has $700 in it. All right. Well, question number 10 of the Nintendo pack. What product, a version of which many NFL fans today like to collect, was Nintendo originally founded to create? Was it A, stamps, B, mini helmets, C, playing cards, or D, NFTs? So what product, a version of which many NFL fans like to collect today, was Nintendo originally founded to create? A, stamps, B, mini helmets, C, playing cards, or D, NFTs?
They created Mario when they were trying to make the first blockchains for their NFTs.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
That's where Bowser comes from. Bowser is anonymous in the Mario universe. Joe, you know this one? I guess you're really familiar with the history of NFTs. So, shoot, I said it. I'm just kidding.
With the history of Bono.
One love. I don't know.
All right. The correct answer to this one is playing cards. And NFL fans love collecting playing cards today, but with NFL pictures on them. They started out creating their own, then they started licensing Disney characters and other stuff like that, and slowly became the toy and video game tycoon that they are today. If you said playing cards, congratulations. If you said NFT, I don't know, delete the app and like read a book or something. I just like close Twitter for a couple days.
They're about to be a movie studio. It's coming.
We got Strong Style Ninja in here guessing Sky on that last one, but then getting playing cards right. Nice job.
Yeah, there we go.
At the end of round 2, throw your answers in the chat. We're going to go ahead and jump straight into round 3 here. Round 3, question 1 coming your way. James Robinson and Philip Lindsay both broke 1,000 yards rushing as undrafted rookies. Who was the last player to accomplish this before them for Tampa Bay in 2010? Was it A, Bobby Rainey, B, Fred Jackson, C, LeGarrette Blount, or D, Arian Foster? So James Robinson and Philip Lindsay were the last 2 undrafted free agent rookie running backs to rush for 1,000 yards. The last person to do it before them was in 2010 in Tampa Bay. Who was it? Who was that undrafted rookie? Bobby Rainey, Fred Jackson, LeGarrette Blount, or Arian Foster?
You have just brought back some negative feelings putting Bobby Rainey on there, Simon.
That doesn't make me feel good. He sounded like a guy that was undrafted.
Oh, man.
Joey, the Buccaneers fan, and old enough to remember these guys playing. Feeling the pressure on this question.
I felt no pressure. It felt great.
It seems like I'm 11 and never seen a game by the Bucs.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the correct answer to this question is LeGarrette Blount. If you said LeGarrette Blount, you're going to get points for that one. He was the last undrafted free agent rookie before Philip Lindsay to rush for 1,000 yards back in 2010. Joey, you got that one?
Mm-hmm.
Were you? Was there one you were going back and forth between? Was it tricky?
Bobby Rainey.
Bobby.
I knew Arian Foster hadn't played for the Bucs at that point, or any point. So.
Also, Dame letting us know her score. 2 Andy D. She's sitting at a solid 40 points.
Damn, it's a busy night.
Scampers is at 0. Craig is also at 0. And Mr. Scamper said, and striving to get back to 0. Well, Scampers, I'm cheering for you. Question number 2, another opportunity to get there. Dak Prescott was the winner of the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award in 2022. Which current head coach of Liberty Christian School was the last Cowboy to win the award in 2012? Was it A, Tony Romo, B, Jason Witten, C, DeMarco Murray, or D, Cole Beasley?
Sorry for that laugh on Cole Beasley.
Walter Payton Man of the Year Award winner, Cole Beasley.
You'd think his album would be called Man of the Year after that, without a doubt.
You think you would have won it for that album? The Darius is at 110, 90 plus an Andy D.
Goodness gracious.
90 plus an Andy D. I hate that that's a measurement now, meaning 20 points. I think it should be a little bit lower. All right. Well, the correct answer to this question, the last Dallas Cowboy to win the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award before Dak Prescott was Jason Witten. Jason Witten is the correct answer. Tony Romo's too busy to be coaching a high school, and Cole Beasley would never win Walter Payton Man of the Year. And the answer is just not DeMarco Murray. There's no good reason for that one. It seems like he could have won it at some point.
I had some real flawed logic with my answer now that I'm reflecting on it.
What was your answer?
I picked DeMarco Murray. Like, he would never be coaching a Liberty. Oh, God, Joey.
Scamper's in here. Liberty, 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 liberty.
I'm still behind Jason Witten at Starbucks.
Nice. Did you smell him?
Pro Bowl weekend. Huh?
You smell him?
No, but I talked to JJ Watt's mom.
Smell her?
Yep.
Wow.
Smelled lovely.
Incredible. Well, guys, here's question number 3, not about the scent of anyone. 3 different players aged 30 or older had more than 1,000 receiving yards last season. Devontae Adams, Travis Kelce, and which other player? Was it A, Marvin Jones, B, Adam Thielen, C, Keenan Allen, or D, Tyler Lockett? The 3 different players aged 30 or older had more than 1,000 receiving yards. Devontae Adams, Travis Kelce, and which of the remaining players? Marvin Jones, Adam Thielen, Keenan Allen, or Tyler Lockett? Keenan Allen. Sorry, that one wasn't coming out properly. That's not me saying whether that is or isn't the answer. I just stumbled over it both times.
I like Keenan Allen a lot this season.
Are you making fun of me?
No, just throw a little analysis in there for all the people watching Pub Trivia for the fantasy football analysis.
Yeah, for everyone here for our fantasy football analysis, welcome in.
Yeah. Sorry, we've let you down this entire show.
Well, guys, the correct answer to this question is none other than DK Metcalf.
Yes.
It's Tyler Lockett. If you said Tyler Lockett, that is going to be the correct answer. One of only 3 players over 30 to have more than 1,000 receiving yards. And maybe a little more analysis. Don't count him out this year just because JSN's coming in town. They're not going to phase their 1,000-yard receiver out just because they've got a new rookie in there. All right.
Sure would like him to.
Yeah. My teams with JSN would really be happy about that. Because here's your next question. How is the official phonetic pronunciation of Amendola written out? I have written them all out on the screen. They will pop up on there. It is on the official pronunciation guide. Is it? I'm going to read them to the best of my ability how they're written. Amendola. 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 Do you need me to read those again?
I just call him Dan.
Dan? Dan the man. Well, if you were to look up how to pronounce Amendola's last name, this is how it would be written out in the official pronunciation guide.
I'm just saying it in my head over and over again. All right. I think I got this one right, which I've said many times. I've been wrong a lot tonight. I
like to imagine everyone at home just going, Amendola, Amendola, Amendola obligata. Isn't that part of your brain?
I think that's the amygdala.
Arugula obligata. Well, guys, the correct answer to this question is A, Amendola, with the emphasis on the dole, baby. Everything else is not going to be emphasized in that name, and it does not start with an A. If you said that one, you're going to get the points. And we're going to move on to question number 5 of this round. Question 5 is, Kyle Pitts is in the tight end record books as one of only 2 tight ends ever to eclipse 1,000 receiving yards as a rookie, along with which other tight end? Jeremy Shockey, Mike Ditka, Rob Gronkowski, or Evan Ingram? There have only ever been 2 rookie tight ends to reach 1,000 yards. Kyle Pitts and who?
Oh, that's the agreement that I didn't agree to.
Joey, agree to it.
I don't know the answer to this question, Simon.
If you agree to it, you're going to get Black Mirrored, though.
I need to watch the new season. I just recently watched all of Nathan For You. I finished the entire 4 seasons.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Wild show.
If you watch too much of that in a row, you walk around like this. Like you just walk around like uncomfortable for weeks if you watch too much of it.
I love him. He's a genius.
Well, guys, the correct answer to this question is, Tim, take your hat off. You look a little bit like him. It is Mike Ditka. Mike Ditka is the only other rookie tight end to eclipse 1,000 yards. Jeremy Shockey was next on that list, I believe, with over 800. And then Rob Gronkowski and Evan Ingram were the next 2, I believe, as far as leaders as rookies. but Ditka and Kyle Pitts alone there at the top. Victor in the chat knew this one with Ditka. Well, here's your next question. According to the FanDuel Sportsbook, which incoming rookie wide receiver is most likely to win AP NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year at plus 1,400? So of all the rookie wide receivers, which one is most likely to win AP NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year at plus 1,400? Is it A, Jackson Smith and Jigba? Is it B, Jordan Addison? C, Quentin Johnston? Or D, Zay Flowers? Also, Better Boss in the chat said minus 140. And Ganondorf at plus 170.
Jeez.
Wow. I'd like to know what the odds are on Zay Flowers. I might put some money on that.
Ooh, you think so?
I'm not saying he's the most favorited here because I don't think he is, but I could see him and Lamar getting on the same page.
Joey giving out some trivia tips.
Betting advice here on the Better Sports Network.
And betting advice. We do love a narrative-based bet or narrative-based analysis, don't we? Mm-hmm. Zay Flowers, Lamar Jackson, get on the same page. Ooh, sign me up for that story. All right. Well, the correct answer to this question, the rookie wide receiver most likely to win that award is, Tim, the player you would be most happy if they won it, probably Jackson Smith and Jigba is the correct answer. A, at plus 1,400. I think the fantasy community is in love with Jordan Addison, and that's probably where a lot of the votes went or the answers went. But JSN, Vegas likes him. Vegas likes JSN on that one.
Fair enough.
Also, Victor said the Amendola Oblongata. Nailed it, Victor. Well, guys, your next question number 7. 2 wide receivers had 200-plus receiving yards in a single game last season. Justin Jefferson and which other wide receiver who needed the game to extend his streak of 1,000-yard seasons to 9? Was it A, Mike Evans, B, Devontae Adams, C, Amari Cooper, or D, Brandon Cooks? This is one of only 2 wide receivers to hit 200 receiving yards in a single game last year. Justin Jefferson did it, and then this guy who needed it in week 17, the end of the season, to extend his 1,000-yard receiving streak to 9 seasons.
I'm really confident in this one.
You think so?
Yeah. I think I know this one.
When I saw that there was only 2 people that had done it, and I was like, I wonder when it was. And then I saw it was week 17. I was like, oh, that's sweet. I don't know how I forgot that happened. I was on watch.
That was a big game. I remember watching that.
Also, Damon here said Simon opening up old wounds and new ones.
Yeah, that was the Scott Fish Bowl. I remember that. I believe the champion had him in their lineup.
This question cost me a championship and a Panthers playoff berth. Well, guys, the correct answer is Mike Evans. Mike Evans had over 200 receiving yards in that game. Over 40 PPR fantasy points, if I remember correctly, and something even more absurd in Scott Fish Bowl. So you were either very happy or very unhappy in your week 17 matchups with Mike Evans there. All right, question number 8. Which NFL player and former Oregon Duck holds the record for the most rushing touchdowns scored in the NFL by someone from Hawaii with 18? Is it A, Arnold Morgado, B, Tua Tagovailoa, C, Maurice Morris, or D, Marcus Mariota? NFL player and former Oregon Duck holds the record for the most rushing touchdowns scored in the NFL by someone from Hawaii with 18.
Oh, no. I think I just fat thumbed it. Did I? No. I'm okay, guys. Don't worry. Everybody. I'm not going to lose more money. I mean, I get the question wrong. I'll lose money, but not because I fat thumbed it.
You picked the one you wanted to pick?
Yeah, I feel pretty good about this one.
You up on your Ducks?
Yeah.
Quack, quack.
I remember the night I saw Hamilton, Oregon beat, I think it was Florida State, and I was so happy.
Was that the game where Jameis Winston just fell backwards?
Checked it back.
I remember because I was at Hamilton at intermission, and they blown Florida State out, and I was laughing hysterically. And then because we're in Florida, a lot of Florida State fans were oh.
All right, well, guys, the correct answer to this question was Marcus Mariota. If you said Marcus Mariota, you're going to get points for that. Our next question coming your way is Deontay Johnson led the Pittsburgh Steelers in targets last season with 147. Which player had the second most targets on the team with 98? Was it A, George Pickens, B, Najee Harris, C, Pat Freiermuth, or D, Chase Claypool? Get those answers in. Again, your options were George Pickens, Najee Harris, Pat Freiermuth, and Chase Claypool as the second highest targeted player on the Pittsburgh Steelers last season. Ganondorf at plus 180. Wow, wee wah. Just unbelievable. All right, you guys got about 10 seconds to get your answers in. 10 seconds to get your answers in.
Man.
The correct answer to this question is C, Pat Freiermuth. If you said Pat Freiermuth, you're going to get points for this one. Joey, do you think he's going to lead this year? Yes or no?
Do I think he's going to be second? Or
Yeah,
no, I think
second.
Deontay will have the most target. I think he'll be second. Yep.
I'll take Pat second. All right. Well, guys, we're on to our final question here. This one worth 40 points. So there's a comeback mechanic. If you get this one right, you're going to add 40. If you get it wrong, you're going to subtract 40.
If I get this right, I'll end at 0.
Let's roll, baby.
Oh, wait, no, I get 10.
Jerry Rice holds the top 3 spots on the receiving yards in a season by a 40-plus-year-old leaderboard. Who holds the 4th spot with 6 receiving yards at age 41 in 2018? Is it A, Andy Lee, B, Matt Hasselbeck, C, Tom Brady, or D, Matt Bryant?
You're a jerk.
And there are, in fact, only 4 seasons. There are only 4 seasons where a player over 40 has any receiving yards. 3 of them belong to Jerry Rice, and then the 4th one belongs to this guy who had 6 in 2018.
Jerry Rice was so good for so long.
Absurd. Like insane when you look at what he did.
It's not appreciated.
I didn't see him. I'm just discovering it through box scores. Yeah. I'm just looking at numbers and like, excuse me? He did what? Well, guys, the correct answer to this question with 6 receiving yards in 2018 was former Buccaneers and Patriots quarterback number 12, Tom Brady. Tom Brady is one of only 2 players ever over 40 to finish a season with positive receiving yards. So congratulations, Tom Brady, on that accomplishment. And with that, that is going to be the end of Pub Trivia for today. We're waiting on our final scores to come in. But while we're doing that, let me remind everybody about a couple of things. First and foremost, if you guys got your drafts coming up, and you can go to fantasyalarm.com to get their draft guide. If you haven't done your free 7-day trial already, you can start that right now and you're going to get access to it immediately. If you just want to buy that draft guide, it's $26.99 or it's free when you sign up for a monthly or annual all-pro subscription to Fantasy Alarm. It's got all your favorite analysts and proven fantasy winners in there helping you get ready for that draft. That is going to be it for us today, guys. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time for some more fantasy football game show fun. Until then, though, we are out of here. Tune in at 8 a.m. tomorrow for the Better Morning Show. We'll announce our winner on Twitter whenever we get that in here. Until then, Ganondorf, I have a feeling it was you. Adios, everyone.
I should just give my phone to my kid and let her punch buttons.
Honestly,
next time, Joey, that's what you got to do.
It's bad.